Hello and welcome to Spanish Fork Interview. I'm Shari Reynolds, and with me I have Sergeant Mitchell with the Spanish Fork Police Department, and we had Sergeant Mitchell with us last year, and by popular demand we have him back here to talk about Halloween safety and how to keep your children all the more safer here in Spanish Fork. What are some of the top things that you absolutely recommend parents to be watchful for?
Well, like we talked about last year, the biggest thing is awareness. As parents, you need to know, where your children are going, what they're going to be wearing. Let's talk about things like costume. If you're going to have a costume that's basically made of all black material or dark, then you probably ought to get some reflective tape, or make sure your kids have a flashlight, something so that they can be seen, because obviously Halloween's done at night, it's dark outside, it's dangerous, there's cars out there, so we want the kids to be visible, we want them to be seen, so brighten the costumes up.
And you can just buy some reflective tape.
Get some reflective tape, tape it on their shoes, on their costume, on the back of their costumes. Halloween bags that may glow in the dark or something, just so that they're visible. Give them a flashlight. The other thing, when your kids go, make sure that if you're driving them around as a parent and you're going house to house, make sure that they're getting out of the vehicle on the street side,
yes.
On the sidewalk side, and not if you have a van that has two doors, so that you're not getting the children out into traffic. Make sure that they're exiting the vehicle on the sidewalk side, so that they're not in the street. And the other thing is when you take your kids, as a parent, make sure that you stay with them. If they're younger children, and even teenage kids, they need to go together as a group. Have them stay together so they're not by themselves. We've not had any problems with abductions or anything like that, but it's just safe to keep your kids together.
To be in numbers.
Yep. Stay together as a group, go as a group, and you just have a better time that way if you stay together like that. The other thing is when your kids get home, look at their candy. Go through it.
Really go through each piece.
Yep,
and
look at it, Make sure that it's all sealed up.
What should you be looking for? That it's sealed,
that it
hasn't been tampered with.
Yep, that it's the proper packaging that it came in, that it's not open. If you find, something suspicious, you need to report it. We've been very fortunate, like I say, that I haven't heard of anything really suspicious or strange
in Spanish Fork.
in the last few years. So, have a good time, but be careful. Be cautious.
Careful.
Like I say, watch your kids, see what kind of costumes they're wearing, stay together, go in a group, and those kind of things, and report any kind of suspicious activity that you see. If you see somebody driving around that just doesn't match or fit the neighborhood, or you think there's something going on, don't be afraid to call.
Well, one thing that I noticed that my kids, if I do drive them from house to house, is sometimes they're so excited that before I've even stopped the car, they're already opening the car.
Yeah.
So maybe put on the child lock.
Yeah.
So they can't open. I guess that means you're getting out and going around and opening it up each time, but just some of their thoughts.
Yeah. Don't get in a hurry. Take your time, enjoy it. I know that there's a lot of popular things like the trunk or treat issues, where everybody's in a popular parking lot or a church parking lot, and that's probably a safe environment because there's no cars in there to
and so you recommend those.
So it's a safer environment in that there's no cars running around the parking lot usually on those nights, so
right.
You don't have to worry about the traffic and those kind of things, so that part of it's safer. So if you're going neighborhoods and you're walking on the streets, stay on the sidewalk, stay out of the streets, because most of the costumes are made out of black, dark colors, and
the weather isn't
hard
always
to see.
Always the best either for people to be driving and seeing those children.
And it's getting dark early, and it's usually dark when the kids are out trick-or-treating, so
And what do you want to tell the drivers who are driving in neighborhoods?
Oh yeah, they need to know that the kids are out, and obviously it's Halloween, so there's going to be kids out, but they need to be aware. They need to slow down.
Slow down, even if it says go 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's
drop it down a little bit.
That's too fast on Halloween night.
Really?
Because you can't see those kids if they're running across the street, darting out from behind cars. You just really need to be aware. You got to slow down, and that's the way. Your kids are out there too.
Yes.
You want them to come home safe, so.
Absolutely.
If everybody works together and slows down.
What about home-baked goods that some of the neighbors will? Do you feel okay about that?
You got to be careful about that. Like I say, when you're inspecting your kids' candy, you need to go through it. And if you got something like that, if you don't know where it came from or you don't know the family, throw it out.
It's not even worth it.
It's not worth the risk. You know, you just never know.
Yeah, you just don't.
So, you know, if it's not packaged in the original packaging, apples, you know, fruits, those kind of things, you see a little bit of that
Yeah,
from time
you
to
do.
time.
Or popcorn balls
You
or
just
something.
really need to be careful with that kind of stuff that's not got a sealed package around it. And I think most people in today's society know that, you know, you need to give out stuff that's packaged and wrapped properly, and so you don't have those kind of issues or concerns to be worried about.
Well, that's perfect. Those are some fabulous tips. So is there anything else? Hey, how about if I trade you a trick that one of your offers pulled on me?
Were you bad?
Yeah, well, I didn't think so. I was only going 10 miles over. I'll trade you a treat and get rid of a trick that he pulled on me.
We'll see what we can do on that.
Is there anything else that you would like to say to Spanish
Yeah,
Fork
come
City?
on, parents. Let's get some chocolate out there. You know, if we see any more of those Dum Dum Suckers or Jolly Ranchers, we got to have chocolate, more chocolate, you know, because when my kids come home and their bags are full of Dum Dum Suckers, I really got to have some chocolate here, folks. So
You're out protecting Spanish Fork City, and the way that you can do that the very best is to be filled up on Snickers.
that's right. Snickers, Twix, M&Ms, anything like that works great.
No more bazooka.
No more gum. No more gum, all right?
Yeah, one year my kids came home, and most of it was filled with bubble gum and Dum Dums.
Yep,
And that's just fine, because that's the stuff we just throw out.
that's right. Economic troubled times here.
That's we need the economic stimulus packaged candy. So
Before Halloween comes, so that we'll have some extra money to buy candy with.
well, thank you so much for joining us again this year,
You're
Sergeant Mitchell.
welcome.
Until next year.
All right, we'll see
Have
you
a happy
again. You guys
Halloween.
be safe out there.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you once again for joining me. I'm Shari Reynolds with Spanish Fork Interview here with Sergeant Mitchell. Have a safe and happy Halloween here in Spanish Fork. We'll see you next time.